So last time I created this box with this divider. Now obviously I got the divider a little bit wrong on the width. So I think the first thing to do today is to fix this. So let's quickly do that. So all I'm doing at this point is just adjusting the scale of the divider. It's not the best way to do this because obviously it leads to parts of it not actually being to the same ratios as it was before, but it's just a simple and easy fix and it should hopefully work. So let's quickly print this out. Okay, so now that we're back in Fusion 360, this time I'm going to try and show a bit more of my workflow in creating this. So first of all, I think we just need to remove this cutaway, which is inspect. Yeah. So I'm definitely still new to everything. Okay, now that we've got rid of that section view, let's just move this back. Should be pretty easy to about there. Probably should have this before I moved the selection view, but that seems good enough. Just want that basically recentered. Okay, so now that that's all moved back in there, the way we are going to basically make a lid for this is we are going to construct a offset plane. I'm going to select that plane, but of course that body's in the way, so let's just quickly hide that. Select that. I'm going to want it 73 millimeters high. Yep. So that is now perfectly in line with this. We're then going to select this entire body. I'm going to work on this. Select this face, extrude it. We want 15 more millimeters for the card, plus a little extra. So let's bring that up to 17. There we go. So of course we still have the problem then that this is probably going to intersect this, because of course while it may look like a load of space here, doesn't here. So we may need to insert these, but now what we can do is go into our split body. Body to split is this one. Splitting tool is this plane. Okay, and there we go. So now if I was just to simply do that, select the body, move it, you see we now have a lid. It's very standard, like obviously it's not going to sit on it very well, but we now have a nice body that would fit on there. Let's just cancel that. So now what we're going to do is go to, okay, so we're going to go into modify, offset face. We're going to offset this one and this one away 1 millimeter. Okay, so that should give us some clearance. And then we're also going to offset this one and this one 2 millimeters. Okay, so now if we just believe if it's going to body 1 opacity, we're just going to bring this down to 70 because I want this now here to hang over here. So the real question is how would I do that? We've also still got to put the lid on, but that is also something I need to figure out. Okay, so let me just have a quick look into how I can bring these two ends down a little bit without clashing with this. So now that we've got our lid, we're going to try and get this end and this end to come down just a little bit on either side so that the lid will stay in place. And the way we're going to try and do that is create a sketch. I want it on here. I want it to go from there to line up to that one. Just check. Maybe I shouldn't have lowered that opacity. No, I really shouldn't. No problem. Make it 2. There we go. Actually, let's not make it 2, let's make it 1.5. Just so that we've got a little bit of extra room. Okay. Let's mirror that. So the object we're going to mirror is the sketch. The mirror line is going to be let's just hide that body. Is it that one? No, that one. Yep. That's the mirror. Okay. Oh, that's only mirrored that bit. Let's change that. So just going to quickly skip through this bit. This is basically me just trying to figure out how to set the mirror, but it turns out that I didn't get it centralized, so I just had to fiddle for a bit and get everything lined up properly. Now that we've got these two, I do need to probably move this a little bit over once I've done it, but we're going to select this face and make sure I select properly this face. Then we're going to bring these down 5 millimeters. Don't want these to join. Okay, let's just offset this face a little bit. So there's a nice gap there. We're going to offset this one as well. A millimeter, and then just come in, select that one. Let's hide that body for now. Cancel that. I'm still seeing it, so I hit it. There we go. To offset this face, a mil. Okay, and then this face can also be offset. So this is definitely not going to be at all aligned perfectly. Bring that in. So now we'll have some gaps because I can't really get a perfect fit because I didn't really design the lid as I was creating this, but that should hopefully work. Okay, now what we're going to do is combine that and that. And that and that. Combine that to that. And there we go. So now all we need to do is create a lid. So a new sketch, this is the plane, and we're just gonna go from that corner to that corner. Finish sketch. Okay, we're gonna extrude that. Let's just hide that body for now. That one. There we go. We'll go up 4. There we go. So I mean that is technically a lid, but let's make that look a little bit nicer with some fillets here. Yep, I like that. And to stop the lid from just sliding backwards and forwards, I'm actually going to try something new. So we want to create a plane here. Okay, but then we're going to extrude this out 2 millimeters. But then we're going to split that, no, not split face, split body, split this body across this plane. And I'm going to move it down 2 millimeters. Looking good. And then is it going to allow me to mirror this? If I can remember where mirror is. I want this to be mirrored across. No. This to be mirrored. That's move. This body to be mirrored across there. Ah, I really need to learn how to centralize things. Can I just move that in? Yep, that looks good. Let's bring back this body. Okay, now we just need to join all this together. So that one to that one. Okay. And same again. That one to that one. Okay. And there we have it. A somewhat janky, but hopefully should be pretty well looking lid. Let's just move it up temporarily. Yep. I'm happy with that. So let's send it to the printer. Oh, well that's not good. We still got a little bit more to go. So as it turns out, partway through the printing process, it has run out of filament on the spool. So let me just quickly remove this. if I can figure out how you do that. There we go. Okay. Fortunately, we've got a separate one, a spare one. So let's, never done this before, so let's have a look. So we've got instructions, place them there so I can read them. So twist open. Okay, so find the locator, a tiny block on the white piece and a notch in the inner ring. So there's the locator. I'm going to align it with a little notch right there. So we'll place that in there. Okay. So then we place this part in. Okay. And then I guess then tear and pull out the plastic strips. Okay, that's all of them. So then we grab the end of the line, wherever it is, right there. And then we just put it back in, feed it in. Grab that, and feed it back into the AMS. Cool. And now we can resume printing. Okay, so back onto the controls. I'm pretty sure if we just go to the top one, click that. Oh. Do I just need to press go? Yep, it is pushing new filament through, so everything should be good to resume. So that is now the lid all printed. Obviously we had the problem halfway through with the spool running out, but it seems to have resumed that print pretty okay. Now, reviewing the print itself, we've got a lot of stringification here and here. Obviously that's probably due to just too much of a sharp angle there, because I'm not too experienced when it comes to actually creating chamfers or fillets, so I obviously need to do some more research there, because it's also a little bit here as well where that step is. Apart from that though, the overall print quality is very good, I'd have to say. Nice smooth lines, got a nice pan here from the print bed, and seems to have come out alright. Yeah, I'm happy with it. And more importantly, the lid comes on and holds it. Now I can tell I've definitely not put in too much of a tolerance from that width to that width, so obviously I'd probably need to just bring this over a little bit more in that direction next time if I was to do one of these. But I feel like designing and making this has been a good learning experience, and I'm looking forward to what I can do in the future. And after all, it may not look the best, but it's still something I've created and it serves a purpose. So now I have somewhere to store my flashcards. Now, obviously the question is, what's the next one? Well, I've had some thought of it, and whilst I won't say explicitly what it's going to be, I can tell you it involves this. So make sure to subscribe, comment on what you think about this design and any improvements I could do, and what you think is going to be featured in the next episode. And with that, I'll catch you next time.